This pandemic has already left voting officials working overtime to get enough people to staff polling places for the November election, which is now 32 days away now. Some big names have joined the recruitment efforts. Major Garrett has been looking into the challenges of voting during a pandemic. Major, good morning to you again.
Good morning again to you, Gail. There is an energetic effort, you might even call it frantic in some jurisdictions, to recruit a new generation of poll workers to replace older ones who, for obvious COVID-19 related health issues, are stepping back. The Catawba County Library in Newton, North Carolina has been poll worker B. Cheryl's Election Day home for more than a decade. But she will not be doing that this year.
No, I will not, to my sorrow.
Cheryl's age and underlying health conditions make her vulnerable to coronavirus.
I decided that my doctor would have a voice in it. When I raised the question with him, his face immediately said no.
How sad does this make you?
I shed many a tear. It's the people. I miss the people.
Across the country, election administrators are racing to recruit enough people to staff voting precincts in a pandemic. According to a 2018 study, more than half of poll workers are 61 or older, putting many in an age group susceptible to the virus.
The bare minimum that we need is 37,000 just to open the polls on Election Day.
Frank LaRose is Ohio's Secretary of State.
We wanted to have that 50% extra as a reserve force in case there's a resurgence in the virus or folks that choose not to show up on November 3rd. And so really what our target is 55,000.
That's meant creative recruiting tactics like allowing 17-year-old high school seniors to serve as poll workers, encouraging businesses to give employees Election Day off, and incentivizing charitable organizations to pitch in.
We got an opportunity.
There have been no shortage of national appeals.
We got to keep showing up at the polls, not just to cast our own vote, but to make sure that others can too.
And former President Obama joined the cause this week,
next to Shaq,
adding his voice to a poll worker registration drive led by NBA royalty.
Democracy doesn't work if just a few people do it.
One of the silver linings to this whole pandemic experience as it relates to elections administration is this will be the year that we recruited that whole new generation of poll workers.
Among that new generation is Abby Lublin, a first-time poll worker in Durham, North Carolina.
And if we can't staff the polls, it's too easy of an excuse to close them. So I don't want to give any excuse for voter suppression.
Like many poll workers this year, Lublin is taking training classes online, and she'll serve at this precinct on Duke's campus during early voting and at this elementary school on Election Day.
I am doing it because we need to, and also because I can. I am incredibly lucky, incredibly privileged that I can do this, and I think it's a time where we figure out whatever our capacity is and do whatever we can.
Experts tell us the total number of new poll workers needed this election year nationwide is between 250,000 and 300,000. That is based on the assumption that about 40% of previous poll workers simply won't be there. And there are signs, Anthony, that recruitment is on pace. The key is distribution. In most states, you have to work the polls in the county where you live. So a surplus in one county cannot be transferred to another.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a really big number, Major, but glad some of those folks are stepping up. Thanks.